consultation for my tummy tuck. I'm hoping to turn it into a mommy makeover, which is my tummy tuck and getting my breasts done. That's what I'm hoping for. We'll see what happens. So as of right now, I'm not really sure what's gonna happen. I called the doctor's office to kind of get an idea of whether or not they'll allow me to record while inside. So she said I could record and then kind of backtracked and basically told me that I couldn't, that it was basically a violation of HIPAA. We'll see what happens. I brought my camera anyway, and we'll see. We'll kind of see what happens as far as them allowing me to record. I guess, you know, it goes into more so of like different waivers and release forms, which I'm totally fine with, just because I kind of obviously want to document this journey, not only for myself but for anyone else that has the questions that I have that, you know, are kind of hard to find. Like, I feel like we kind of go to YouTube for everything these days, and when you go to YouTube and you can't find something, then it's like, well, what now? So yeah, so that's kind of what today is for me. Just getting this consultation, kind of finding out, you know, what I'm able to do and when I'm able to do it and how much it's gonna cost and all that stuff. And obviously I'll be taking you guys along for the entire journey of my, you know, plastic surgery. So that's kind of exciting. Again, I'm really just hoping that I'm able to record while in consultation, see what can get done and how much it's gonna be, because as we all know, plastic surgery is not cheap. I don't really think that tummy tucks and like mommy makeovers should really be considered plastic surgery. And okay, let me tell you why I feel this way. I feel this way because as far as mommy makeovers, getting tummy tucks and breast augmentations after, you know, breastfeeding our lovely children, and you know, everything just kind of drops and changes, and you know, there's so many changes that happens to our bodies after we have kids. So I feel like that's not really considered, you know, plastic surgery. You're just trying to feel good about yourself again. And I'm not saying, you know, like, oh my god, I hate myself because I had kids, but it's like, my body is not what it used to be. This is not, this has to become my new norm, obviously, because not everybody has the means to, you know, get work done. But at the same time, you want to feel beautiful in your skin. And yes, I am so proud of my tiger stripes, but I'm 24. I'm about to be 25. I feel like I should be able to have the body that I want. And I'm not saying walking around with like a 2-inch waist and like triple F's, but like looking the way that I looked before I had kids. That's just kind of my idea. That's, I don't know. And I feel the same way about like women that want to get, you know, breast implants or breast reductions. I feel like that definitely shouldn't be considered like a cosmetic surgery, because that, I heard that can be very painful and just strenuous on the body itself. Like, you walk around with these massive boobs, and if they're hurting your back, get rid of them. Like, I don't know. I feel like we're all entitled to do what we want to our bodies, and if it makes you happy, I don't feel like anyone should really have anything to say about that. So that's just my opinion, though. So I'm almost here. I'm so excited. I hope I get to hear all the lovely things that I'm wanting to hear. Yeah, this is just like, oh, I am stoked. Like, beyond stoked. I'm located here in Hawaii. I'm going to a doctor named Dr. Crabtree. I've seen so many reviews on him. I've yet to see his work, if I'm being totally honest. But yeah, I've, read so many great reviews on the work that he's done, and I'm just really excited that I was able to get a consultation with him. But we're gonna see what happens, and I'm gonna take you guys along with me. Okay, guys, so I am about to get measured and all of that good stuff. I'm on a road, and we'll see how it goes. I'm ready. So these are the implants that they use. Hey guys, okay, so I'm back. I just got done with my consultation. It went great. Unfortunately, I did not get to record. As I stated earlier in my video, they weren't having it, basically. But it's fine. They covered so much information. And so the place that I came to is called Hawaii Dermatology and Plastic Surgery Centers here in Hawaii. Obviously, it's in Hawaii. So basically, we went over like the surgeries that I desire, the cost, the downtime, all of that good stuff. So I got so many pamphlets. I tried to record a little bit while I was in there. When I was in there by myself, obviously. So basically what they did, they had me change into a gown. They took pictures of the areas that I want to fix. So they take pictures of my tummy and then of my breasts. They measured everything. What they did was basically told me what my options are as far as my tummy tuck. They have these things called mini tummy tucks, which sound great, but I don't feel as though they would do what I need it to do. They take off minimal skin, and like they leave your belly button where it is, and just kind of, honestly, it just wasn't what I'm looking for. So we move forward to, a regular tummy tuck, which is what I'm looking for. We looked into a regular tummy tuck, and basically what he said is exactly what I want. They would, cut out the flabby skin. This would alleviate majority, if not all, of my stretch marks. But I don't have a problem with the stretch marks. It's my stomach as a whole that I want to fix. And then, so little backstory for me, like I said, I have 2 biological babies. I have 4 little boys. 2 of them came out of my body. So from both pregnancies, I doubled my weight. So my first pregnancy, I was 19. I went from 110 pounds. I've always been very small my whole life. So, but yeah, I went from 110 pounds to, on the day that I had him, 220 pounds that morning that they weighed me. So literally doubled my weight. I had a C-section with my first son. He was just huge. There were so many, it wasn't really complications, but I was fine. And then his heart rate would either slow down or speed up significantly, and vice versa. So it was just more fitting to have an emergency C-section, which is scary, but got through it. So with him, I had a C-section. With the second baby I also had a C-section. I had the option of giving natural birth, but the idea scared the crap out of me. So I decided to opt for a C-section. I thought that it would be, easier on my body, and I was kind of already familiar with it as opposed to pushing out this giant baby. So I ended up getting a C-section with him as well. So being cut open is not anything that's, new to me. And then with my first son, he was the largest. I make big babies. Part of being a diabetic, if your stuff's not under control, you will have massive children. But so with Landon, I got an umbilical hernia. So I had to get that repaired. So I got a surgery to repair my hernia, which is my belly button. For those of you that don't know, repaired my belly button, and they didn't do such a great job. So I had to go in again for a second umbilical hernia repair surgery. And they put this stuff called mesh in beneath, you know, the skin and the tissue and all that stuff. So it makes my belly button kind of protrude. Getting a mini tummy tuck, which is what I was getting at, just isn't logical for me, because I wouldn't get the results that I want. I want my stomach to resemble what it looked like prior to children, which, you know, may or may not happen. But a big part of it is my belly button, and I do want to fix that, and getting a mini tummy tuck would not change that, because it's everything below the belly button as opposed to above. So that was a tummy tuck talk. Really exciting, really great, really excited. They gave me a folder, and it has like all these pamphlets and kind of letting you know like what you're getting into. And yeah, so this is breast lift, breast augmentation, tummy tuck. These are the services that I'm looking to get. I may or may not get them all at once. That hasn't been entirely decided yet, but I know for sure I want my tummy tuck. If nothing else, that's what I want. I really liked Dr. Crabtree. He answered any and every question that I had. He even went so far as to like draw up what he meant by certain things. So like when he was explaining to me what he would do as far as like the breast lift and a breast augmentation, he literally drew it on a board. Like, these are the incisions that we'd make. This is how we cut it. This is how we would input the the implant. He let me know everything that would be done as far as my tummy tuck, like what incisions he felt would be best for me, which way to go about everything. He was very informative, which is what I really like, because I don't want to get in there surgery day and then have so many questions that he didn't answer. But you know, I'm so excited to get a surgery that I didn't ask in the moment. So I feel like he was very hands-on, and I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that he covered everything, and then even the things that I did have questions about, he answered those with no problem. So at this point, I'm really excited. I want to see about moving forward. They gave me a price sheet, basically with everything that I'd have to pay for and the total and complete amount, not estimated. They gave me the exact amount that I would have to pay to get all 3 of my surgeries. And another thing that he was able to inform me about was me being a diabetic. So for me being a diabetic, there are a lot of things that I can't do. There are a lot of things that I have to take into consideration, like my blood sugars. If my blood sugars are not where I need them to be, the chances of me healing are not as great, or the chances of me getting infections are very high. And the last thing I want is to get my stomach cut open and part of it removed and then end up with this massive infection. So we did talk a lot about the diabetes side of it, about, you know, my sugars being under control, and, you know, what I would need to do as far as maintaining my health in recovery. So he did let me know, you know, like they'll give me antibiotics and pain meds and everything like that in order to make sure that I'm comfortable and I'm healthy. He did tell me it's a very high success rate with him and diabetics, because naturally, like, there are things that we want done too. So as long as I'm maintaining, you know, a good blood sugar and my sugars are under control, I should be fine, which isn't an issue for me because, as I stated before, I've had 4 other surgeries, being the 2 C-sections and the 2 umbilical hernia repair surgeries. They were fine. I healed fine. My sugars, you know, were where they needed to be. Sometimes not, because I'm not perfect. But so that was something that we kind of discussed, and he was, you know, very on it, is what I'll say. He definitely met all of the marks that I needed him to meet. He was very friendly, very informative. He had no problem answering my questions. He knew what he was talking about. He was able to explain everything that I wanted and that I needed in great detail so that I don't have questions. And if I do, I have his card. I can call him. And then I love that they did not give me an estimated price. They gave me an exact price for what I'd pay for all 3 of my surgeries, including my anesthetic fees, my surgery fees, my surgical facility, so that being like the place where they do my surgery in, that fee, the implant fee. That being said, I'm super stoked. I have still a lot of research to do. I want to be completely informed by everything, you know what I mean? I don't want to go in wondering or coming out with any regrets. I want to make sure that this is exactly what I want to do and this is where I want to do it at, and that I'm 110% sure and comfortable that this is the right thing for me, which I feel like it is. But you can never research too much. Never. Gotta ask all the questions. But I'm gonna drive home and I will catch you guys later.